I am going to explain you the work of transfer RNA in the process of translation, because transcription we have yet discussed. So what happens in translation? Translation is a process where messenger RNAs, with the help of messenger RNA, amino acids are bind to form a particular protein. So protein is synthesized with the help of whatever the code given on the messenger RNA. So here the Francis Crick explained, the Watson and Crick explained the double helical model of DNA. He also explained that the role of adaptor molecules. Remember one thing, that the transfer RNA was discovered, before discovery of transfer RNA, the genetic code was discovered. Okay. So in this, the adaptor molecule transfer RNA, it works like the adapter. How does it work like adapter? Adapter means what? Adapter is a thing in your electronic devices, the adapters, who recognize the high voltage at one hand and make it utilizable up to the low voltage. So converts the high voltage at low voltage. So whatever we need, whatever we requirement, and whatever be the availability, so there is a linkage. It links the available things with the needful things. So here transfer RNA also works like that. It is important because it one hand recognizes the sequence of bases, either codon, triplet in messenger, and this one is your messenger RNA. Messenger RNA in one hand, as well as bind with the amino acid with another hand. So the this means transfer RNA, which can read the code on the side, on one side read the code, and which can read the codes on one side, and the other end can bind with a specific amino acid. So this one is one end, another is this one. So this one, it's bind with amino acid. So in one hand it recognizes the whatever be codon here, and accordingly bind with the amino acid. So what are the features for the transfer RNA? It is clove leaf like structure, inverted clove leaf like structure, hence it is also known as the inverted clove leaf structure. So it has 5 main arms, 5 main branches. So one is the amino acid binding site. So first is anticodon loop, UAC you recognize here. So this loop is called anticodon loop. It's a loop like structure. 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 loop, here 4. This one is also 5. So 5 parts are there. Anticodon loop. This one is anticodon loop. It is somewhere single stranded, somewhere it is double stranded too. RNA is generally single stranded, but these are all double stranded. So here amino acid acceptor end, another is amino acid acceptor end. This end is the amino acid acceptor end. And third is the T loop. Here this one is a T loop. T loop signifies that it binds with the ribosome. So you can see that it's a ribosome bind site. Ribosome, remember it. Ribosome bind site. It binds with the ribosome. And there is a D loop which binds with the enzyme. Enzyme bind site. D loop. So D loop binds with the amino acid synthetase. Here during charging of amino acid, the synthetase used for amino acid synthesis. So enzyme is required, all reactions are enzymatically controlled reactions. So this site is a enzyme binding site. Okay. and there is a variable loop. This loop you are observing, this is a variable loop. It varies with the transfer RNA to transfer RNA. Okay. So what the lines are indicating, these all are base pairs. Okay, adenine, thymine, cytosine, one base pairs. So not thymine here, uracil will be there. One thing you also know that there is an initiator transfer RNA. Transfer RNA, which initiate the process of translation. So initiation of always translation begins with this code. Remember, if it has messenger RNA has AUG for the methionine amino acid, so it has an anticodon UAC. Again remember, how can I write the anticodon? These are the anticodon. These are the anticodon loop. The anticodons are UAC. Again here state the complementarity, the principle of complementarity. Complementarity means if there is a adenine or messenger RNA, so what will be its complement? The adenine thymine, you know that in messenger RNA there is no thymine, so uracil will be there. Again, uracil here is on the messenger RNA, then its complementary will be, you know, uracil. At the place of uracil means it was the replace of thymine, so there will be adenine. Okay, so you face with adenine, and G, guanine is on the messenger RNA, so there guanine always paired with cytosine, so the cytosine will be anticodon. So anywhere, if anticodon is written, you can write the codon on the messenger RNA, and if there is a codon on the messenger RNA, we can also write anticodon for transfer RNA. Remember one thing also very important, that there is no transfer RNA for a stop codon. For a stop codon there is no transfer RNA. But each amino acid, remember, each amino acid has its own transfer RNA. You know, anticodon, this is a structure, single structure. So how many amino acids are there? 20 amino acids are there. So how many will be the transfer RNA? 20 different type of transfer RNA. Number may vary. Number again. You require transfer RNA for methionine 5 times. So in a protein synthesis. So 5 different transfer RNA of the methionine are required there. Similarly, so as many type of amino acids will be there, so many types of transfer RNA will be there. Why? Because this is anticodon. Only one anticodon will be there in one transfer RNA. It cannot be adjusted. So various number of transfer RNA, large number of transfer RNAs are found in cell system while protein synthesis is going. So this is all about your adapter molecule transfer RNA. Clear? This one is amino acid bind site, this one is ribosomal bind site, this one is variable loop, this one is the anticodon loop, this one is a D loop, means the enzyme binding site, and this is the structure of transfer RNA. So main importance is it works like a mediator, intermediary. It recognizes the codon on messenger RNA in one hand, and as well as bring the amino acid from the other hand. So whatever the code is there, it search the amino acid and bring for the site of protein synthesis. Next topic we will study about the protein synthesis. Okay, thank you.